Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students of class 11th education. I am Mr Abd Majeed Ahanger, Master Boys Higher Secondary School, Maidapura. Today we will discuss about individual aim of education. Individual aim of education means that education should develop the individuals according to their interests and capacities. It means free growth of individuality, helping every boy and girl to achieve the highest degree of individual development. Individuality is the ideal of life. An individual is the central figure in the social setup of life. A social institution exists for the betterment and improvement of the individual. The individual is the end, and these social institutions are means. It is the fullest development of the individual. Education aims at training and development of the individual. It is only this type of individual who comes out as a good citizen. The individual aims of education have been emphasized by various thinkers. Their viewpoints are as under. The naturalists like Rousseau believe that central aim of education is the autonomous development of the individual. According to him, everything is good as it comes from the hands of author of nature, but everything degenerates as the hands of man. God makes all things good, man meddles with them, and they become evil. This group of thinkers believe that man and citizen cannot be trained simultaneously. In short, education must secure those conditions where every individual is allowed to have a free play of his personality. He is free to develop his inherent powers and highest potentialities of self. The biologists believe that every individual is unique in his own way. G. Thompson believes that education is for the individual, its function being to enable the individual to survive and live out its complete life. Education is imparted to preserve the individual life. Education is given for the sake of individual to save him from destruction. Community exists for the individual, not the individual for community. Community being the means and individual being the end. Education should not set the means over the end. Therefore, individual and not society should be the center of all education efforts and activities. According to the psychologists, education is an individual process. Now, two children are identical in intellectual capacity. Education must be individualized, then only they can be benefited fully. The modern progressive thinkers also hold the view that the ultimate good of society lies in the world, lies in the discovering the hidden value of the individual. In the words of Sir Percy, none enters the human world except in the end through the free activities of the individual man and woman, and that education practice must be shaped to accord with the truth. Each individual child should hold the key position in the educative process. There is much force in the individual aim of education. However, individual aim in its extreme form is not desirable. The social aim has its own value and justification. This extreme and one-sided view of individual aim has been criticized. प्यारे बच्चों, मुझे उम्मीद है कि आपको इंडिविजुअल एम्स ऑफ एजुकेशन अच्छी तरह समझ आए होंगे। इंशाअल्लाह कल हम पढ़ेंगे क्रिटिसिज्म ऑफ इंडिविजुअल एम ऑफ एजुकेशन।